like this. I'ma break them off with the rocks on my wrist. I'ma break them off for the times I was dying.
Hey, listen, let's get through this quickly so we can get going. First and foremost, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but keep your mouth shut, right? Whatever we talk about in this room's gotta stay in this room, right? I know we're trying to figure out Wyoming Sem's lineup. They're gonna be doing the same to us, right? We don't talk about what we talk about in here, right? What we talk about in here stays in here. If we know we're bumping someone, we're not telling anybody, right? It's a game. We're trying to figure their lineup out. They're trying to figure ours out. So they're gonna be asking, hey, where's Butler going? Hey, where's so-and-so going? We can't tell them, right? I mean, they could weigh kids in different weights. We could weigh kids in different weights. But that's part of the strategy behind things. Guys, listen, we've been waiting a long time for this opportunity, right? We've been waiting a long time. You know I talk a lot about visualization. You know, I talk about, seeing it, talking about it, being about it, thinking about it. And, those posters have been hanging in our room down at the compound for a long time, right? To them, this is just another goal. This is just what they do. To us, this is huge for our program. This is huge for our program. Okay, they've been on top a long time. It's time for somebody to take over, right? And I think that's us.
I'ma break them off like this. I'ma break them off with the rocks on my wrist. I'ma break them off for the times I was dying.
Let's start picking it up.
Now watch me come down. I'ma break them off like this and like that. I'ma break them off like this and like that. I'ma break them off like this and like that. Cause when I come through, they tell me bring that back. Drink up in my cup, got me feeling like a purse. All the 2 in the juice, that's 300 for the third. What I pay for rent, spit that on the shirt. Designer building shoes, paid tax for my word. I'ma break them out, pull up, big foreign. Feeling like a star in the movie I was starring. My name rang bells from Houston to New Orleans. Pulled up on them choppers and broke them out proud. I'ma break them off like this. I'ma break them off with the rocks on my wrist. I'ma break them off for the times I was dying. Now watch me come down. I'ma break them off like this and like that. I'ma break them off like this and like that. I'ma break them off like this and like that. Cause when I come through, they tell me bring that back. I'ma break them off for the Lone Star State. They talk about a slang, yeah, them boys gon' hate. But stay up in our city tryna drip how we drip. Floss how we floss. Whip what we whip. I'ma break them off, pull up, big foreign. Feeling like a star in the movie I was starring. My name rang bells from Houston to New Orleans. Pulled up on them choppers and broke them out proud. I'ma break them off like this. I'ma break them off with the rocks on my wrist. I'ma break them off for the times I was dying.
Rushers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Rushers.
So I've been looking forward to this one for a while. We have 2 banners up at the compound about this match that Coach put in months ago, so we've been looking forward to it for a long time.
2 top 3-ish teams in the country, so it's going to be fun, exciting.
What's practice today like?
Yeah, today was just shaking it. We got a good drill in. You still sweat, you go hard, but not too intense. A lot of play wrestling and working in position, so it was fun.
Cool, man.
From inside the Carpenter Athletic Center on the campus of Wyoming Seminary in Kingston, Pennsylvania, it's FloWrestling Night in America, where tonight it's a pair of FloWrestling top 40 teams as 4th-ranked Wyoming Seminary squares off against 2nd-ranked Bishop McCort. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. So excited to have you with us once again for FloWrestling Night in America. I'm Shane Sparks alongside former Nebraska Kearney wrestler J.D. Rayner. J.D., when this schedule came out, both of us went immediately to January 8th. Bishop McCort and Wyoming Seminary. You can smell the wrestling in this arena.
Absolutely, you said it. It's not just us that have had this dual circle for a while. I know both of these teams marked this on their calendar as a must-win.
Packed house here inside Carpenter Athletic Center as the introductions being made with the Crushers and the Blue Knights. Both these teams littered with ranked guys. We're going to see 4 guys, JD, ranked number 1 in the nation with the FloWrestling rankings.
Absolutely. You see your probable lineups up now on your screen. Do not be surprised if these shift around a bit. I talked to both coaches pre-duel, and both coaches are going to be doing a little shifting of the lineup. So I don't think we're going to see exactly what we expected to see here tonight.
Wyoming Seminary, they are led by Jude Corey at 215 pounds. He is ranked number 1 in the nation. And a trio of Crushers holding that number 1 spot. Jax Forrest at 126. Of course, Bo Bassett at 144 and Melvin Miller at 165. This is going to be a great duel. So much talent.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 top 5 teams in the country. This duel could legitimately determine the number 1 ranked team when it's all said and done at the end of the season. I know it's number 4 versus number 2. Faith Christian currently sits at number 1. Bishop McCort will go on to see them in the PIAA postseason. Wyoming Seminary just did them several weeks ago and actually beat them a while back. So this could determine the number 1 team by the end of the year.
Looking at the Flow 40 high school wrestling team rankings, you mentioned Faith Christian Academy ranked number 1, Bishop McCort 2, Lake Highland Prep is 3rd, Wyoming Seminary, the Blue Knights are currently ranked 4th, and Del Barton Prep is ranked 5th. Again, FloWrestling rankings, check them out, FloWrestling.com. And these guys as well on the FloWrestling pound for pound. Introductions continue as they introduce the upper weights.
As you look up and down these lineups, Wyoming Seminary has their studs, Bishop McCort has their studs, and then there's a handful of toss-up matches. You know, and I truly do think this duel could come down to the wire. You know, you got 4 or 5 studs on each side that are favorites, and then you got a handful of toss-ups.
And what's fun about dual meet wrestling is you can be the guy that gets teched and be the hero. I mean, you really got to wrestle. You got to fight, compete for that name on the front of your singlets. Wrestle situations. You're down by 8 points. Can you find a way to escape? Can you find a way to save a team point, get a takedown, win that 1 position that could prove extremely pivotal in the outcome of the dual meets? Our officials for this dual meet with Bishop McCort and Wyoming Seminary, Drew Feldman and Steve Price, will begin at 106 pounds, and 2 guys that know each other, both ranked top 15 in the country. If in fact it is Wyatt Stauffer and Keegan Bassett, you mentioned it before, could be some mixing up of the lineups. Two versus 4 in the country. Bishop McCort and Wyoming Seminary. Keegan Bassett ranked 11th in the nation, a freshman for the Crushers. Ranked 11th in the nation, ranked 2nd in Pennsylvania AA. And for Wyatt Stauffer, he's a freshman. Always looking to see, JD, who gets that momentum first.
Absolutely. These two did meet at the Powerade a couple weeks back. Bassett winning that one 7-2.
Bassett finished 4th at the Powerade. Stauffer was 6th. And a big toss from Keegan Bassett. He hits a head throw early in this first period. Would this be huge? He steps over, gonna readjust. And looking for the fall here at 106. And Stauffer fights off his back. Wow.
You want to talk about setting the tone and
Throwing
getting
the
momentum.
first punch, exactly.
No kidding. Stauffer pressured in a little bit. Tremendous feel from Bassett. He gripped it and ripped it.
7-1. The 3 takedown, the 4 near fall. 1:20 remaining here in this first period. I talked about momentum. Who's going to take the risk? Who's going to let it fly? And come out swinging. And Keegan Bassett hits a beautiful throw. And that got everybody's attention.
I know Bishop McCord, they really preach no fear. Go out and score points. You saw that there. Bassett throwing a headlock in the first 10 seconds.
Stauffer trying to work up and get his hips underneath. But Bassett doing a nice job keeping square. As now Stauffer able to work up. You see Bassett in that waterfall position. And a takedown here, JD, be right back in the match.
Absolutely. Now for Stauffer, how do you respond?
I love the letter P in wrestling. Your position, your pace, your physicality, your purpose, and your poise. You're down 7-1, take a deep breath. Long ways to go. Work yourself back into this match, one position at a time. Down to 35 seconds in this first period. Another attack here from Stauffer. But as we saw earlier, good defense there from Bassett. Good hip pressure, making Stauffer feel that weight. Stauffer was 7th at the Ironman out of Factoryville, Pennsylvania. And now Stauffer inside of 15 seconds, gonna hook that ankle, and he gets the takedown, 7-4.
That's how you respond. A tremendous finish there. He did an excellent job of running to that angle, the same side as the leg. Then, when Bassett squared apart, he cut his head across the front, finished double leg.
Short time scoring. 4 unanswered with the escape, and then that takedown in the final 15 seconds, 7-4. Action-packed first period here at 106. Bassett with the choice. He'll defer over to the Blue Knights, and Stauffer wants to stay on his feet. Stauffer, a couple of solid leg attacks, was able to finish that last one. Another takedown would tie the match, and once again, JD's in on a leg.
Yeah, that same right leg of Bassett. This position was stalemated last time. Looks like it's going to be stalemated once again.
If you're Stauffer, what do you do here?
So you got to either pop both knees off to one side, then you can fall to that side, or you got to swing Bassett off to the side a little bit. When he's able to pinch his thighs around your head like that, you're probably not going anywhere.
Keegan Bassett, a Fargo national champion, a world team member. He is placed at the Super 32, mentioned that 4th place finish at the Powerade, and last weekend won the Laurel Highlands title. Bassett looking for a go behind, and dropping back in on the leg of Stauffer. Switching off to a double, working up. Been a fun match so far, JD.
Yes, it has been. A little bit of lack of discipline there from Bassett. He got a little too anxious, a little too antsy, just ran at Stauffer trying to get that takedown. That allowed Stauffer to drop in on the legs.
Stauffer trying to tie this match up. Bassett with the shin whizzer. Stauffer wants to elevate here, stays on his knees a little bit too long, and it draws a whistle. 52nd second period. What a great atmosphere. Students standing up, mat side. I mean, everybody is right on top of this mat. Stauffer with an underhook.
Bassett's been rather complacent after that first headlock. If I'm his coach, I'm telling him to go get another takedown. Give yourself a little bit more breathing room. Don't sit on this lead.
There's a stall call on Bassett. Down to 20 seconds here in the second period. Bassett will have choice in the third. Bassett looking for the go behind. No points yet. Corrals both ankles, brings it down for 3. Huge takedown. Both these guys, JD, have scored in the final 15 seconds of periods.
Yeah, textbook. He's got to come up now, though. He could get hit for stalling here.
Good answer by Keegan Bassett late in the second period. He's got choice, and the Crusher will go on bottom. Maybe, JD, my favorite name, the Crushers.
Crusher. Great mascot for wrestling specifically.
10-4. That's interesting because heading into this period, JD, you have Bassett who's in position for bonus points, and at the same time, Stauffer right in this match to win it yet.
100%. That's the great thing about these new 4-point near fall, 3-point takedown rules.
We'll see how committed Stauffer is in this top position.
Bassett does have a stall warning. Can't be hanging out on his belly.
Stauffer ranked 14th in the nation. Keegan Bassett ranked 11th in the nation, according to the FloWrestling High School individual rankings. Stauffer been able to ride for 40 seconds in this period, but he needs turns. Stauffer still in control.
This is killing a lot of time for Stauffer, and at this point, he almost has to commit to it.
Just 60 seconds left. That big head throw right out of the gate for Keegan Bassett put him up 7-0.
Wyoming Seminary as a team is very tough on top, but with how much Stauffer was getting to the legs, I have been a little bit surprised to see him commit to the top position like this here in the third period.
He had some really good shots.
Now, he did have difficulty finishing.
Able to capitalize one time late in the first period.
Oftentimes, though, those finishes get easier in the third period as your opponent wears down a little bit.
Bassett in position here for a reversal. He's got the 2 reversal. That puts him up 12-4. Final 20 seconds. If he's able to ride him, it's a major decision for the Crushers. Down to 15 seconds. Solid job there by Bassett to work up, and now great mat awareness as he returns and keeps that left foot inside the circle.
That's high wrestling IQ stuff right there from Bassett.
This match was fun, JD, because both guys felt stress at different times.
You can tell Bassett knew he has the major too, with how hard he worked to return there.
Caution. What a fun match to start this dual meet with Stauffer and Bassett. Bassett with a strong start and a solid finish. Looking for the ride out in the final seconds to get the major decision. 4 seconds on the clock. Another caution on Bassett. That's his second. Now he's got to be careful. Stauffer works to his feet, trying to fight hands for the escape. 12-4, major decision for Keegan Bassett, and the Crushers strike first at 106.
Really good stuff there from Bassett. Obviously, the initial takedown was tremendous, but then securing that takedown with his go behind, that's one of his go-to takedowns. And then the big dog stuff there at the end, the ride out, the reversal and ride out.
Those are the things you have to do to win tight Tough contested matchups, those quick escapes. Scoring first if you can, finishing periods on top. If you have a Ford Focus, JD, you got a little bit greedy tonight trying to get that good parking spot.
Not me, I promise.
Here we go, 113 pounds. It is Eli Herring, a freshman for Bishop McCort. Another freshman, Wyatt Spencer, toes the opposite line for the Blue Knights. Spencer was 4th at the Ironman. Herring, a Fargo All-American, a Pennsylvania Middle School state runner-up. He was 4th at the Powerade and 3rd at the Laurel Highlands. Another close matchup right here. Another one of those toss-ups.
Absolutely. And these two did hit at Powerade. Spencer won that one 6-2.
And Herring looking for a throw here. Spencer doing a nice job keeping his weight back and defending it.
I'll tell you what, though, that was great job by Herring in that Merkle position. Getting the hands down, securing that takedown. He knew he didn't have it tight. He couldn't roll through like you see a lot from that position, but to get the takedown, the 3 points before giving up the 2, that was smart stuff.
3-2 match. 1:15 into this first period. Spencer rather, up on his toes. Sit there by Herring. And he tacks on another escape. 4-2 lead. Front headlock here. Gets a little bit out of position, and there's a takedown from Spencer inside of 15 seconds. Now potentially dangerous whistled with 7 ticks. Big 7 seconds right here because Spencer now leading at 5-4. Both guys with a takedown here in this opening frame.
That was a quick takedown call. The Bishop McCort corner doesn't like that, but no challenge here tonight.
Nice job there by Spencer to anticipate the roll from Herring. And he will finish the period on top and take a 5-4 advantage to the second period.
I didn't hate that idea from Herring jumping to that cradle. He had his weight too far back. You saw weight came onto his butt. And when you're on your butt, you're not in a good athletic position for most of the time.
Unless you're Ridge Lovett from Nebraska. So the crusher goes on bottom. Claw ride sunk in by Spencer off the whistle. Saw Stauffer for Wyoming Seminary. Solid job on top at 106. And you see Spencer able to ride Herring for the first 25 seconds in this period.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it in the previous match. Up and down this lineup, Wyoming Seminary very tough on top.
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
When you drive in Pennsylvania, you understand why they have such great grips, because they are white-knuckling it up and down the mountains. Driving in Pennsylvania is a workout. 5-5 with the escape. Is there anything, JD, better than a good high school dual meet?
Not much. Not much.
David Taylor in the house?
Yes, he is. Along with Jimmy Kennedy.
Herring trying to get those double unders. See Spencer pinching the right elbow. Down to 50 seconds. Herring, the guy right now taking some territory, looking for an arm spin. Well executed.
That was a phenomenal transition from the arm drag to the arm spin. Herring went for the arm drag, didn't get it, said, okay. I see an opening though, I'm going arm spin.
And against the good guys, it's gonna take 2, 3, 4 moves.
And look at this transition.
Armbar tilt on the edge. Trying to break that 45-degree plane. 8-5 match, 15 seconds in the second period. Now with 12 seconds, if you are Herring, it's point saved, point earned. Up by 3. What was your mindset, JD, going on bottom? 15 seconds left.
Make sure you seal and up to your feet quick, right? You don't have too much time. Sometimes you can hang out, react to what your opponent does on top, not when there's short time.
That was a nice front trip there from Herring. It's a slick mat return. Very efficient, effective. He finishes the period on top. And Spencer goes on bottom. Spencer from Wyalusing, Pennsylvania. Shane Sparks, JD Raider, so glad to have you aboard as we continue FloWrestling Night in America. Top 5 high school matchup. Second-ranked Bishop McCort and fourth-ranked Wyoming Seminary. Wyoming Seminary, JD, at Prep Nationals last year. 11 in the finals, 10 champs, 395.5 points.
Crazy.
Terrorizing the competition. Winning the Prep National title for the 8th time in their school history. The first came all the way back in 1937. Last 4, 2014, 2020, 2022, and as I mentioned, 2024. Luke Lillidahl was on that team, now wrestling at Penn State. True freshman, ranked in the FloWrestling College rankings. Caution on Herring.
Yeah, Wyoming Seminary has been very good to Penn State. Think about Joe Seeley, Luke Lillidahl, like you mentioned, Bo Bartlett.
Herring holding on to that right single leg. Herring still in control. If you are Spencer, what can you do here?
You got to push off knees, slide back. He's hopping to that Torello position. I like that too. Now you got to pull on that elbow to try and break the lock.
See Spencer draped over the back and now a stalemate. But with that being said, 35 seconds. Herring's been able to ride Spencer here in the second period. Of course, no riding time in high school. But getting closer to finishing the period on top. Good breakdown there off the whistle.
And also the unfortunate part here for Spencer is college. Herring would have got called for stalling there, being on that leg for so long in the top position, not in high school.
Brings the Blue Knight down to the mats. Slides underarm momentarily on that right side. He's doing a good job with his hips. Forward pressure. Look at the shoe tops dug into the mats. Working that coffee grinder position, which was recognized by the PA announcer before the dual meets,
yes,
which was great to see. See, they know they're wrestling here in Pennsylvania, JD. They know the terms. Down to 40 seconds. Eli Herring putting a hard ride on Wyatt Spencer. An arm bar. Spencer trying to work up to his feet. Herring again with that front trip. Now drops to a single, and Spencer trying to kick away. Herring works up. Herring just a freshman, but pretty savvy. Takes a stall call. And that's okay for him. Gonna finish the period on top.
Absolutely. You'll trade the stall for an escape. I did think that stall was a little fast, but when all said and done, it doesn't matter.
Stay on top of a guy like that. Nice job there to end the match. 8-5 for Eli Herring. And Bassett and Herring go back-to-back with wins for the Crushers. And Bishop McCort leads at 7-0. Seamus Regan, one of the horses for Wyoming Seminary, a sophomore. And this is Jack Selfies, coming off a runner-up finish at the Laurel Highlands tournaments. And if you are Wyoming Seminary, you want to get in that W column.
Absolutely. We're definitely favored to do so here in this matchup.
Regan, a sophomore from Cleveland, Tennessee. He's ranked 11th in the country. Last season, a prep national champ down at 106. Two-time Fargo national champion, scores the first takedown. He leads it 3-0.
Yeah, just a good go behind.
Regan, a two-time Fargo national champion, won the 16U title this past summer. Was 6th at the Ironman and placed 5th at Powerade. He leads it here with 35 seconds in this first period. Regan, also a Pennsylvania Independent Schools champion. Gets the first takedown, but no turns. There's a stall call on Selfies on bottom.
I do think that stall call is probably fair. As Regan looking for swipes, that's close.
As the buzzer sounds to end the first.
I will say though, I don't think Selfies was intentionally stalling. I think he was getting ridden very
Survival
tough.
mode.
Yes.
Against the 11th ranked guy in the country. Tall task. Regan quickly pops to his feet and turns in and gets the escape. Adds to his lead now 4-0. Bishop McCort leading at 7-0 on the team scoreboard. Regan looking to make that turn on the edge. And Selfies has got to be careful. They work back near the center.
He did a good job of passing that leg all the way through. Regan's got to hop over and try and pry and clear that foot, which he's doing so now.
Regan scores the second takedown of the match, and he opens things up now with a 7-0 lead halfway through the second period. Seamus Regan and the Blue Knights looking for bonus points. Here at 120 pounds. Talked about it at the start of the broadcast. In dual meets, every point matters. You can be the hero by getting majored or teched.
Jack Selfies has to be careful here. He does pop up back up to his base, but he could be in trouble of giving up another stall call. And back points.
And now Regan gets out of position, and Selfies gets the reversal. Did they give near fall? I don't know if they did.
I didn't see any awarded, but he definitely swiped at least 3 times. Was he saying 3 1 counts?
Looking for a mat return to end the period. Nice job there by Jack Selfies. Was down 7-0 and gets a reversal and a ride out 7-2. The Crusher with the choice. He'll go on bottom.
Interesting choice. I know he got the reversal. He did after getting ridden for a while and after getting ridden quite a bit in the first period.
And Regan's been close on a couple of occasions to getting near fall points. Really, really close in that last period. Had that claw ride, maybe thought about a cradle. Selfies works to his feet. Regan brings it back down to the mat.
Sophie's has to keep sealed. Regan likes to throw those legs in. And there now you see that left boot slip in. Regan's gonna slip his hips on top, and now Sophie's is in trouble.
Cross body, and looking for another reversal. Sophie's nice job there to explode. See Regan try to recover with his hips.
Switch, re-switch, Joe. Great job by Regan there, staying composed. You can tell he's been in that position a bunch of times. He knew if he can just continue to scooch his hips, sit that position, he would end up back on top. His leg was deep enough to where he had that anchor, and he could remain in the top position.
Down to 50 seconds. Again, Regan looking for that tilt. Down to 40 seconds. And Sophie's able to work back to his base. And there's another stall call, his second, so it's a point for Regan. Makes it 8-2.
Only need a cheap 2 now.
He's got that ball and chain tilt. And he is going to get some near fall. 4 near fall points will make it 12-2.
That's how you close out a match.
Seamus Regan gets the major decision for the Blue Knights at 120 pounds. Wyoming Seminary is on the board. And with that major decision, 7-4. Bishop McCort leading Wyoming Seminary. It is FloWrestling Night in America here on FloWrestling.com. Welcome back to FloWrestling Night in America, live only on Flow Wrestling. Wrestling fans, this is for you. Access every match, rankings, and exclusive content with your Flow Wrestling annual subscription. Whether you're following high school, college, or freestyle, Flow Wrestling has you covered with live events, interviews, and more. Don't miss a single moment of the action, only on Flow Wrestling. After 3 matches, Bishop McCort leading Wyoming Seminary 7-4. 126 pounds. For Bishop McCort, it is Austin Carfley, a freshman, and Nikos Philippos, a senior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, for the Blue Knights. So Carfley bumping up to 126 to wrestle Philippos.
Yeah, 2 studs we thought we might see it this way. We're not seeing Desmond for Wyoming Seminary. He's sidelined with an injury right now. And there was a lot of talk of Jax Forrest potentially bumping down to this weight. I know that was the plan for Bishop McCort even as late as last night, but ultimately Forrest did not weigh in at this. I believe we will see him up at 132 pounds.
You mentioned Desmond going to Penn State's prep national champ, won the Ironman this season. Carfley was a middle school state champion, a runner-up at Laurel Highlands. And those middle school state titles mean a ton in Pennsylvania because it's everybody.
Yes, they do. Carfley in good position to score here.
Looking to push away that left knee and clear his head.
He's actually trying to sit back. Philippos in danger. I think he should just try and finish standard. Hook that bottom leg. If he could have hooked that bottom leg, Philippos kept edging towards the out of bounds boundary. Might have been able to keep him in bounds, pop his head and score.
No score, 40 seconds. Looks like another contested match. Tightly contested here at 126. Bassett and Herring winning at 106 and 113 for the Crushers. And that Crusher puts 3 on the board. Good finish there by Carfley. 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he is so physical. He's been working the heavy hands the first minute and a half, and it paid off here in the final 20 seconds.
Seamus Regan getting the major decision at 120. Potentially dangerous. Just a couple of seconds on the board. Packed house here inside Carpenter Athletic Center, Kingston, Pennsylvania. There's a caution on Philippos. Good first period for Austin Carfley, the freshman, with a takedown and a ride-out, 3-0 to the second. The Blue Knights got the choice, defers, and Carfley wants to stay on his feet. How can Philippos get to his offense, JD?
He keeps going back to that slide by. It's not really working. I think he might need to abandon that. Look to attack the legs. Carfley's applying a lot of pressure. Maybe go to a post, clear those hands, and get to the legs.
Nice work off that underhook. The attack from Carfley. Both guys heavy on the head.
Carfley's doing a phenomenal job of keeping his head in the fight.
Another attempt with that slide by from Philippos. 60 to go here in this second period. A lot of hard hand fighting here this period. Again working off that underhook, but neutralized by the whizzer from Philippos.
Philippos has to clear out of this, or Carfley's going to go right back to it.
Half a minute.
Now, if you're Carfley, you have felt that slide by maybe 12 times already in this match. Maybe set up a step-in single. If you know that's coming, pressure in, wait for it. That's the perfect time to hit a step-in single to that side.
After Carfley chooses neutral in the second period, no scoring. So now Philippos down 3-0. Takes a look over at Cornell Robinson, and picks top down 3-0.
Told you Seminary's good on top, and Carfley knew it too. He chose neutral in the second.
That would freak me out a little bit. I'm up by 3 and the guy picks top. That get my head maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Because you don't see that very often. And with that, Carfley showed some urgency.
If he could throw that left leg across, then sit, he would have been in better position.
And look at this. from Nikos Philippos. He's going to step over JD and look for the fall. How huge would this be for the Blue Knights?
The decision to take top, paying off.
Center of the mat all kinds of time. Philippos looking for the stick.
He's got to continue to draw that right arm out. That right shoulder is still up by just about an inch or two.
Still 110 remaining.
If he can grab that wrist and pull that right hand out, that'll lower the shoulder.
What a turn of events this would be. If nothing else, he'll have the fore near fall. But Wyoming Seminary won 6 from their senior here at 126. Carfley trying to fight off. Looking to pop his head out. And he will get the reversal.
5-4.
5-4 match with 35 seconds left. Carfley with a tight waist. Coffee grinder on that right side. The freshman looking for the win here for Bishop McCort. He's 20 seconds away. And he's got Philippos flat on his belly.
Yeah, Philippos with no answer here. Carfley with the strength advantage, using it here. He's going to win this match.
Stall call, 5 seconds left.
Referee giving Philippos some life here.
What a third period. Philippos working for the fall.
Get to your feet immediately, cut and turn. Oh, he almost timed that perfect.
He'll take that caution. I believe that's his second one, JD. If I recall correctly, he got one late in the first.
He did.
He's got 5 seconds to escape and tie this match up and send it to sudden victory. Ankle pick off the whistle, looking for a switch. Looking for a throw in the final seconds. It is defended by Austin Carfley. And the freshman bumps up from 120 and gets a huge win for the Crushers at 126. What a match.
And look at that, that's what it's all about. Carfley jumping into his teammates' arms there.
So now here at 1:32, it is Jax Forrest and Dale Corbin for Wyoming Seminary. Corbin, a sophomore, 4th at the Powerade, a Fargo All-American. Wrestled for Team Wisconsin in Fargo, a couple-time All-American, once in Greco, once in freestyle. He's out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And of course, Jax Forrest, ranked number 1 in the nation at 132 and number 2 pound for pound.
Each wrestler now with the caution there. Forrest jumping the gun a little bit. Then Corbin put his hand in front of the line.
Good shot right there off the whistle, but Jax Forrest, so tricky. It's like a magician.
Houdini contorting himself.
Jax Forrest this season, Super 32 champion, won the Ironman. Powerade champion, he's won Fargo a couple of times. Ranked number 1 in the country. See Corbin trying to pass some ankles.
Here's what I love about Jax Forrest. His two go-to attacks, his elbow control slide bind, and his fireman's carry and his dump, they play off each other. So a lot of times he'll shoot the carry, he doesn't get to it, but he can get, that sets up the slide bind. A lot of times he goes for a slide bind and that doesn't work. It perfectly sets up his carry or his dump.
What have you liked about Corbin so far in the first minute plus?
He's gotten to the legs twice. Now, getting to legs is only half the battle against Jax Forrest, but every time you are on his legs, he is not on your legs.
Yeah, Forrest, one of those guys, regardless of what position he is in, he's looking to score. Inside of a half a minute here in a scoreless first period. Taking some territory and getting the stall call, and nearly scoring 3 on the edge, but out of real estate.
Officials going to discuss. They say no takedown, and just kind of lackadaisical there, kind of a lapse in mental game there from Forrest, just stepping over and giving both of his legs to Corbin on the edge. So obviously on the edge, takedown rules are a little bit different than in the center of the mat, right?
Scoreless after 2 minutes. Forrest has choice. And the #1 ranked 132-pounder of the country will go on bottom. Undefeated this season.
Beautiful
Jax Forrest. 2-0 with that reversal. Now goes cross body with that boot in right side.
He stuck his legs together so Corbin couldn't slide that leg all the way in, and then as soon the second he opened it up, the split second, that's when he went to that switch.
Bishop McCort leading it 10-4 after 4 weights. Pressure on that left elbow.
Yeah.
Potentially dangerous whistle.
Jax Forrest's father, Howard,
Yep.
told him originally to look for the cross wrist, but now Forrest, can you go optional start? Coach Howard did say pace, and nice underhook, throw by to the high crotch here for Corbin.
Forrest rolls him through, good scramble.
Corbin's doing a phenomenal job of dropping that shoulder when Forrest looks to drop off to the side when he's got the ankle. That allows or makes it tough for Forrest to kick off and free his leg.
And there is going to be the takedown, and he got one swipe. He's using his left foot as well to push down the shoulder.
The official swiped twice there. I don't know about that takedown call. No danger in high school.
Officials discuss. Now Steve Price talking with the Wyoming Seminary coach.
And they are going to keep the takedown. No near fall for Forrest, but he will keep the takedown.
So 5-1 as Forrest here in the second period gets a reversal.
He's going back on
Gets
his feet.
that takedown, now he'll give the escape. Wants to be neutral. So 5-2. Quick shot there from Jax Forrest. Forrest, both those legs, another takedown. Now he looks for a cradle, he's got it locked up. It's defended there by Corbin. Man, these two are letting it rip.
Yeah, for a second you thought, wow, Forrest is really starting to feel himself, but Corbin hanging in there. Kind of took advantage of Forrest getting a little spastic, if you will.
9-4 score. As the scoreboard has 3 seconds showing. Five-point advantage for Forrest. Corbin goes on bottom, just a sophomore. Definitely, JD hasn't backed down to Jax Forrest.
Absolutely not. You know, up until the last minute of that period, he was actually in on the legs probably more.
Bishop McCort leading it 10-4, looking to add with Jax Forrest, who's in bonus points territory, up 12-6, early third period.
Corbin did a great job of catching Forrest's leg as it was trying to come in, but Forrest continued to almost play with college wrestling rules, continues to try and put Corbin in danger. Now he does end up on top, getting your traditional takedown.
Looking for a suck back. Escape is awarded. 1:14 here in this third period.
It took Forrest a while to get the motor going, but now I think it's running.
Quickly 15 points on the board just like that. You're right. Has the momentum, still plenty of time. Corbin with an underhook, but throw by.
And that was smart by Corbin. Underhook, a control tie. That's what's going to slow things down a little bit.
Corbin was looking for a head throw. So Jax Forrest at the moment with that major decision intact.
And going injury time.
Cornell Robinson.
I think the lungs might be injured a little bit, to be honest.
Fourth season as head coach at Wyoming Seminary. Coming off that fantastic season a year ago.
Forrest going crisscross applesauce here in the middle of that.
What do you call that?
Crisscross applesauce.
Shane Sparks, J.D. Rader here in Kingston, Pennsylvania. Kingston, Pennsylvania, about 2-hour drive from Philadelphia.
I don't know how you know that.
Made that trek today. Got to thank my youngest son, Logan. He's at Wrightstown Air Force Base in New Jersey, about a 50-minute drive to Philadelphia. I said, I do not have time to get a rental car. I need you right there, Terminal C, and he delivered. We were on a mission today, mission complete.
Couldn't ask for more this time.
He was off of work today. It all worked out perfect.
It's about a 3.5-hour drive from Johnstown. I know
Okay.
because I made that drive this morning.
Pennsylvania, as we talked about before, it is tough driving in Pennsylvania. I mean, where I live in Wisconsin, Highway 41, you put the cruise at 70, sit back and relax, listen to some good 80s music. Not the case in Pennsylvania. It is white knuckle. We're back at it with 45 seconds. Forrest leading it by 8. As you said, it just really has picked up his intensity. A lot of attacks. Corbin doing all he can to slow Forrest down, and I like the fact that he went for that head throw.
Yeah, he made everyone hold their breath for a second, I think, on the McCort side.
But now 18-7. Once again, Forrest showing that optional start. Almost caught Corbin napping. (18-8). Stall call on Corbin. A point makes it 19-8. But just 10 seconds left. It will be a 19-8 major decision for Jax Forrest at 132 pounds. As Bishop McCort adds to its lead. They lead it 14-4.
This matchup is one of the ones I had circled coming into this duel.
Sam Herring, ranked 10th in the nation at 138 pounds. Matthew Botello for Wyoming Seminary. Botello, a prep national champion last season at 132. He's ranked 7th in the nation at 132. So yeah, this is a big one. Top 10 matchup with Herring and Botello.
Yeah, we thought we might get this matchup when Herring was going to bump down to 32 and Bishop McCort was going to do their bump. They ultimately didn't do that, so Sam bumping up Botello here to 38 to take on Herring.
Botello, a North Carolina commit. Penn State for Sam Herring. Botello was 4th at the Ironman. Lost to Jax Forrest in the Powerade final. He's a Fargo All-American as well. He is scoreless with Herring with 40 seconds remaining in the first. Bishop McCort leading at 14-4. Good starts for the Crushers in this dual meets first half. Herring missed most of last season. Greco World Team member, so he's got some big stuff. Underhook there on the left side.
He likes to use these underhooks. He likes snaps, getting to an angle.
Mentioned Botello was 4th at the Ironman at 132. Herring was 4th at the Ironman at 138. Also 4th at the Super 32. And we are scoreless after the first period. Botello goes on bottom. Deep claw ride applied from Herring. And now Herring gets a 1 count. Scoops up that near left ankle. Controlling the wrists underneath.
Yeah, now he's got both sides of Botello, right? He's got the right wrist and the left ankle. Botello doing a good job. He's captured Herring's bottom ankle now. He still doesn't have that left ankle free or that right wrist though, so it's going to be hard to get the reversal before he gets at least one of those free.
And now he's in better position, but Herring looking to roll him through. Still no score midway through the second period. Herring remains in control. Good job there to get back behind the hips of Botello. Goes back to that claw ride. What's the answer for Botello on bottom?
Hey, you can't let that left ankle get trapped. Right now, Herring doesn't really have it trapped. Knee slide it forward, get it free.
Now he breaks Botello down to his belly. And he is 25 seconds away from riding the Blue Knight the entire 2 minutes of the second period.
And if you don't get to your feet right away once you get that ankle free, you got to sit back on your hips. That'll prevent that knee and that foot from coming in and trapping it.
Roll there from Botello. Herring's hips popping off to the side a little bit. But he will ride Botello the entire period. Now he's got the choice. He'll go on bottom. Herring was 3rd at the Powerade. Coming off a title at the Laurel Highlands tournaments last Saturday. So Botello will give the escaper neutral 1-0. The This is one you were excited about, JD.
Yeah, it's living up to it now. Neither guy was really able to even come close to scoring in the first. I'm interested if one guy's going to open up more than the other. Obviously, you would think it would be Botello, considering Herring is in the lead 1-0, and we see Botello taking an attack.
Into that front headlock position underneath the chest. Quick stalemate whistle. Again, Botello spending that time on bottom. It takes a lot over the gas tank.
He appears fresh enough here.
Both guys forehead to forehead, center of the mats. 14-4, the Crushers leading it.
Botello, don't wait till the last 15, 20 seconds.
Exactly, you got to go now.
Right.
And at the same time, if you are Herring, it's 1-0. I mean, you can't be shutting it down either. You got to get that last takedown as well. Don't compromise position, but still 43 seconds, all kinds of time.
Botello's got to start his sprint.
Herring has not been hit for stalling yet. He's doing a nice job, Herring. Butt to the center, keeping territory, sinks in an underhook.
He sinks in an underhook.
Good level change there from Botello to a single leg. 15 seconds. And out of bounds.
Man,
Botello with a golden opportunity there, JD.
But Herring took him from and just diving under, grabbing that ankle.
Now injury time as Botello will limp over to the corner.
$15 to go. If you're Botello, what's your go-to attack? Is it that one you just hit?
And I would say this, JD, even further than that, what's your go-to setup? I mean, this is where you really got to have a game plan. What's the go-to setup? What's your shot? What's your finish? You got 15 seconds.
And if you're Herring, you got to keep elbows tight, hands down, head in the fight. Look to grab a wrist, work your way up, get to a control tie, shut this thing down for the last 15. You see Herring now going elbows in.
Botello was so close. Sam Herring, solid job staying center, keeping territory. There's the first stall call, but it comes inside of 5 seconds. 1-0 for Sam Herring. Herring over Botello. Big win for the Crushers as they extend their lead with that decision, 17-4. And Bishop McCort so far, JD, they just found a way.
And really, it's come down, that match came down to two things: Herring's ability to ride in the second, and then his ability to roll under and grab an ankle to defend the takedown in the third.
Sam Herring with the decision, 17-4. Bishop McCort with the lead. It is FloWrestling Night in America here on Flow Wrestling.
How many more matches do we got?
Sparks and J.D. Rader back here at Wyoming Seminary. FloWrestling Night in America continues next week with Bishop McDevitt versus Montoursville, along with Life and Presbyterian Women. Then on January 22nd, Lander versus Life. And on January 30th, it is Mounds View versus Simile. Jackson Butler for Bishop McCort and Matthew Demon for Wyoming Seminary.
Yeah, a little bit of gamesmanship here from Bishop McCort. They waited to see who Wyoming Seminary was going to throw out.
Jackson Butler ranks in Pennsylvania. He's a junior, an NHSCA runner-up, and he placed at the Pennsylvania State Tournament. He was 8th. Demon is a senior from Middletown, Rhode Island. 17-4, Bishop McCort with the lead. As we wrestle our 7th match in this dual meet. Demon, front headlock. He's got it tight. Looking to snap him down.
Bill Bassett is continuing to warm up, so I think we're going to see him now up at 150 pounds.
And it's going to be 3 takedown for Butler. And maybe can score some near fall. Demon able to get to his base. He could have been worse. And now Butler favoring his grabbing onto like his right ankle as he makes his way back to the center. Would you agree a little bit more hustle for Bishop McCort tonight?
I think so, maybe a little bit. You know, I know this duel means everything. I mean, everything to Bishop McCort. Wyoming Seminary definitely wants to win this, but I'm not sure if it has the same impact for the program as it does at Bishop McCort.
Final seconds as Butler appeared destined to score a second takedown. But Demon able to stay square and avoid giving up a takedown. 3-1 of the second period. Butler underneath to start the second. Demon shows the optional starts. A 4-1 score. Back into that front headlock.
Demon's gonna have to clear that elbow control one way or another if he wants to score from here.
Good shot there for Butler. He's in deep. Head of the inside.
He let the knee get above his lock, though. He was above the knee. Demon did a good job of slipping that knee forward, which allowed him to rotate back, grab ankles.
Both guys with the ankles tied up. 31 seconds off this restart. And right now, Demon had the advantage position. I feel like Demon's been getting to his ties.
He's been getting to his ties and he's been getting to this front headlock position, but he has not been able to score from there.
Goes out and snags a 2-on-1 to close the period. So Demon with the choice, he'll go on bottom. He trails it by 3. Works to his feet, has that whizzer.
Butler actually wasn't even on the elbow there.
I saw that myself.
when
I
they
saw
started.
that. A little bit of grace given to the Crusher. 4-2. Demon again. Had that front headlock, but just hasn't been able to capitalize. It's a 2-point match. Hard snap there. As you mentioned, JD, no neutral danger in high school.
Right, with the legs intertwined here, it's going to be hard to score for either guy.
Down to 1 minute.
They did get Forrest a takedown when he held his opponent in danger. Good job by Butler, continue to wrestle through this position and get elevated, but Demon catches the ankle.
Took a lot of time off the clock, that last scramble.
Yes, it did.
Now injury time taken by Butler. Slow walk over to Coach Howard Forrest. Bill Bassett, head coach for Bishop McCort. Assisted by Jack Bassett, Nestor Verona, Buck Watkins, aforementioned Howard Forrest, and Dan Baney. And what a job they have done at Bishop McCort.
No kidding. No, I like that last attack Demon hit because he went to his underhook and quickly used it to get to the leg. Instead of previously, he's getting to that underhook, and Butler's just dropping down to his knees, getting elbow control, and he's able to wait out that position.
Great opportunity right here for Demon, but Butler.
Same position as Herring here, right? Diving underneath, snatching up that ankle late to prevent the takedown.
Some good scrambles on defense for Butler.
If you're able to feel that guy rolling underneath, you got to sprawl, get your ankles back. Drop the weight on him.
Inside at 10 seconds. Double overs from Demon, and Butler drops in on the legs, and he is going to get the 4-2 decision. Another W for Bishop McCort, and the Crushers now lead it 20-4. They have won 6 of the first 7 matches. Bishop McCort, JD, they just found a way to get it done.
They found a way, and they have scored bonus points when they're expected to score bonus points. They've shown hustle, they've shown grit. I've really liked what I've seen out of Bishop McCort here tonight so far.
Wyoming Seminary, this is Wyatt Fry. And of course, Bo Bassett for Bishop McCort. As you said, Bassett bumping up. Bassett, three-time Super 32 Ironman and Powerade champion. Ranked #1 in the country. And he is 4th in Flow Wrestling's pound for pound. No score after 50 seconds.
Yeah, Owen McMullen, who was in the probable lineups for Bishop McCort at 150, still dealing with a knee injury. Did weigh in.
Bo Bassett, U17 world champ in 2021. World bronze this past year in Spain. And Bassett's another 3 to make it 6-1. And I believe it was Flow Wrestling Live. You guys were talking about your top stories of 2024, and you went with Bo Bassett.
Man, he is a superstar like I don't know if I've ever seen in high school wrestling. You know, the way he captivates people, even before this dual meet, fans, little kids coming up, having him sign autographs.
Huge social media following. This last weekend, him and Jax Forrest were refereeing at the local kids tournaments. Machine gun mindset, JD. It is pressure and pace followed by more pressure and pace with more pressure and pace.
I know you love it.
I love it. I mean, he is relentless. It is non-stop. Just pours the points on. He's done some really special things, has not yet made a decision as to where he will wrestle at the next level. Nearing 100 victories in his high school career. He has yet to lose in the regular season. And he's gotten bigger.
He has.
Tests himself. He's had some good battles with Zepeda. Was able to beat Zepeda at who's #1 this year in 2024. Zepeda beat him in 2023.
Really back at in Super 32.
One of my favorite events on Flow Wrestling is who's #1.
It's a great event.
It is a phenomenal event. As Bo Bassett tacks on 2 more. Leads it 15-4.
You don't see too many guys who their go-to attack is just a snap go behind. But that's Bo Bassett's go-to attack.
Exactly.
He pressures in, you pressure back. He puts your hands and face on the mat and runs behind you.
Nobody's ever won 4 Super 32 titles. He's got 3. He'll go for 4 next fall. And I believe only 2 people have ever won the Ironman 4 times. Zahid Valencia and David Taylor, who, as I mentioned, is in the building. Bo Bassett looking for a tech fall. Look at that. Some oohs and ahs from this crowd. And Bo Bassett's with another tech fall. And now Bishop McCourt's with a 25-4 lead. He doesn't give you a long time to talk about it, Bo Bassett.
No.
You gotta get your stats in quick. But you said it. Snap down, go behind.
Nothing fancy, but it works. This should be a fun one here, too.
This is Vince Bouzakis and Devin Magro. Magro's a senior. Bouzakis, he's a senior as well.
And Magro just did such a good job of sticking with that single leg. Continuing to run to that corner, run to that corner, run to that corner, and eventually was able to capture the far leg and secure the takedown.
Magro ranked 8th in the nation, and Bouzakis ranked 7th. Big match in this dual meets. Magro with the first takedown. 3-1 score. Magro this season was 6th at the Super 32, was 5th at the Ironman, and 3rd at Powerade. Bouzakis on a double leg, and the Blue Knight takes the lead, 4 unanswered, 4-3 lead. Bouzakis, a prep national champion. The Nick Bouzakis chants here inside the Carpenter Athletic Center.
Nice changeover.
Brother Nick at Ohio State.
That's where he's committed as well.
We're tied at 4. Bouzakis, a Fargo All-American last year. This past July. 4-4, 35 seconds here in this first period. 25-4, the Crushers leading the Blue Knights. We began at 106.
Bouzakis tried to get a little fancy there with the wrist snap.
Late attack, and Bouzakis with a phenomenal counter. He timed it perfectly.
Yes, he did. That's how you drill it, when you throw your hands down, head in the fight, like I keep saying, down block with your head. Ran into the corner, picked up the takedown.
Came in the final 10 seconds, so 2 takedowns for Vince Bouzakis. 7-4 lead as Magro will go down to begin the period. Quick escape. Now a 2-point match. 3 takedowns already. 2 by the Blue Knights. Magro with the first takedown of the match. Another good counter here for Magro. And he's in position to score, JD. Well done.
Yeah, extremely well done. Just continuing to wrestle through that position. Gives him a 1-point lead.
8-7. This one is going back and forth.
Bouzakis actually had wrist control there for a second, but kind of gave it up by going for that head cartwheel. And now Magro's got cross wrist. This could be trouble for Bouzakis unless he breaks the grip and gets that wrist free.
50 seconds. Magro with the 8-7 lead, doing a solid job in this top position. And now he will push Bouzakis. 8-8.
I'd go get one here in the second with 40 seconds to go.
Both these guys, JD, with 2 takedowns each. Shot there on the edge from Magro. Out of real estates. Takedown for either one of these guys would be huge in this second period.
All right, your favorite catchphrase, Shane, I'll let you say it.
Short time scoring.
That's right.
Short time
Finish
scoring.
the period on top.
Absolutely. I would love to see those analytics win those final 20 seconds of periods. Win those final 20. And this one is deadlocked at 8 to the 3rd. Choice to Wyoming Seminary. Bouzakis will go on bottom. Magro takes a look over at his corner, and they will give the escape. Good attack there from Bouzakis.
Got to be ready off the whistle.
Finishes a double leg, and now he is up 12-8. And the reversal makes it 12-10. Magro now a takedown away from tying this one up at 13. He trails it by 3.
I like that club single leg. I think he hopped up to the waist just a little bit too early.
And Bouzakis stays on the mat, injury time. Holding on to his left knee. Shane Sparks, JD Raider, FloWrestling Night in America here in Kingston, Pennsylvania. Top 5 matchup with Bishop McCort and Wyoming Seminary. And it has been all crushers as they lead it 25-4. Seamus Regan got a major decision for the Blue Knights. He's the only wrestler for Wyoming Seminary to get his arm raised. Sports are better on the big screen. Head to your preferred device app store to download the all-new Flow Sports TV apps for Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, and Chromecast. Set your favorites, search our library of live and on-demand content, and so much more. Download today. Bouzakis back to his feet. I wish high school was like college, where if you had injury time, the other guy got choice.
Yeah.
There's got to be a consequence there. Got to be a consequence.
Yeah, we've seen several guys here on both teams take injury time late in a match.
Good counter once again from Magro, looking to finish off on a double leg. Chest wrap. And Magro's going to put Bouzakis on his back. He gets a couple of 1 counts, but no near fall points. But we are 13-13 with 45 seconds to go.
But he's got the cross wrist. Oh, Bouzakis able to get his wrist free, but completely flattened out.
Bouzakis on his belly.
He could be in trouble for getting called for stalling here with 30 seconds still to go.
Has to keep his head up. Magro with the right wrist. Tight waist. Looking to send this to sudden victory. 13-13. Both guys ranked top 10 in the country. Final seconds. Magro with a takedown and a ride out. And this is going to sudden victory, JD.
Now you feel like Magro has momentum. Don't forget, Bouzakis shot right off the whistle.
Great
was
point.
Successful with it. For Magro, you have to be ready off of the whistle. That could be Bouzakis' best opportunity to score.
The body language would favor Magro. Hard snap there from Bouzakis.
Bouzakis has to keep his hands up, back up to his feet. Good job there. It was a dangerous position for a second for Bouzakis.
40 seconds left in this 1-minute sudden victory. Scoreboard getting a workout, 26 points combined. Bouzakis looking to give the Blue Knights their second victory in this dual meets. 30 seconds.
I feel like Magro, at least later in this match, has had the advantage on the mat.
Both these guys have scored takedowns in this match. Half shot there from Bouzakis. Bouzakis looking to drive through. Good wrestling there on the edge. And we're back to the center with 6 seconds. Magro, again, the first to toe the line. Another slow walk from Bouzakis.
Yeah, Bouzakis is definitely tired.
JD, never bleed in shark-infested waters. Bouzakis, hands on the knees. He's got the choice. He will go down in the first of these two 30-second tiebreakers. It's been a while, but Magro scored the first takedown, correct?
I do believe so, yes.
Claw ride right off the whistle there for Magro, who, remember, had to ride the final 30 seconds to force sudden victory. Bouzakis trying to work up. Inside of 20 seconds. Magro tight waist. Inside of 10 seconds. And Devin Magro, the Rutgers commit, does his job as he's able to ride Bouzakis for 30 seconds. Now Magro will go on bottom. This is not sudden victory. This 30 seconds will be wrestled in its entirety.
It didn't look like Bouzakis even considered just standing him up and try working for a takedown for 30.
Magro to his feet.
He wasted 7 seconds. They're on top.
So Magro leads it 14-13. Don't believe he's been hit with stalling. Shot there for Bouzakis, right into the head-hands defense. Magro, solid job to circle back in, drifts back to the center. There's a stall call on Magro, but Devin Magro and Bishop McCort, once again, the Crushers find a way. This one at 157 pounds. Magro over Bouzakis, 14-13 in a top 10 matchup.
What a gutsy performance from Magro. Conditioning won that match, and this thing is starting to run away from Wyoming Seminary, Bishop McCort.
Magro trailed it by 3, late third period. Gets a takedown, gets a ride out, forces the sudden victory.
He came close to getting swipes there at the end too. Almost got it done in regulation.
28-4, Bishop McCort. Crushing Wyoming Seminary. So here at 165, it is going to be Josh Spontak. Correction, Jaden O'Farrell. Jaden O'Farrell and Jack Chamberlain. And Chamberlain, 10 seconds in, leading it 3-0. Jack and his brother Brian in the lineup for Wyoming Seminary. Both coming from Malvern Prep. Nice defense there from O'Farrell to get the reversal 3-2. Chamberlain with the escape. O'Farrell using that underhook.
Man, what a re-attack there. Just continuing to run the feet. No takedown yet. There it is.
7-2 score. Good net return there from Chamberlain, but a good roll. And now maybe a Peterson roll.
Unconventional, but it's going to work.
Look at this. It's going to reversal and near fall points. 7-7 inside of 30 seconds. As Chamberlain reclaims the lead with that escape. Now some injury time. And one thing that's a little bit of a challenge is making sure we're talking about the right guys on the mat with a lot of the movements.
Right.
So relying on Sion Williams, appreciate his help.
Man, what a first minute 45 in this match, huh?
Yeah, a lot of points. 8-7 in the first period. So you made an observation, JD, about, we're told it's Jaden O'Farrell, but you're seeing a different name on the singlet.
Just saying there's a different name on the singlet there.
Man, these guys getting after it in the final 5 seconds, and it is going to be 3 for Chamberlain with 2 seconds left in the period. The singlet says Fordyce. I believe it's one or the other anyways. Got it narrowed down, hopefully 2 guys. But I don't have a Fordyce on this roster. Maybe he forgot the singlet, who knows, right?
It happens.
Caution on Chamberlain, who leads at 11-7. 18 points combined in that first period. O'Farrell switches sides, sinks in a claw ride. Good job to anticipate. And a better job there by Chamberlain to get to his feet and get the escape to add to his lead. Working off an underhook, gets to a leg, but a shin whizzer from the crusher. O'Farrell with a whizzer. Now he drops down. Chamberlain trying to elevate and gets the 3 takedown. 15-7. .35 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Another injury time.
Injury time once again. Yeah, because high school has followed college as far as the 3-point takedown and the
4-point
near fall, the 4-point near fall.
Out of bounds now too, or close to it anyway.
Wrestling fans, this is for you. Access every match, rankings, and exclusive content with your Flow Wrestling annual subscription. Whether you're following high school, college, or freestyle, Flow Wrestling has you covered with live events, interviews, and more. Don't miss a single moment of the action, only on Flow Wrestling. And of course, tomorrow is Thursday, so we know what that means. Flow Radio.
That's right. I unfortunately will not be on it as I'm traveling back tomorrow, but
Flow Wrestling, Flow Radio every Monday and Thursday.
10 a.m. Central. Most Mondays, and Thursdays. Occasionally it has to be shifted up time and day, but we try and be as regular as we can.
Chamberlain quickly to his feet off that whistle, and another escape. Right back in with another leg attack. That hard whizzer from O'Farrell.
Chamberlain doing a good job here of just working through progressions.
Three seconds on the scoreboard. Caution on Chamberlain. And the Blue Knight with a 16-7 lead. O'Farrell will take bottom. Good trip and return from Chamberlain. Chamberlain looking to join Seamus Regan with a bonus point victory here tonight for Wyoming Seminary. It's been all Bishop McCort. The Crushers up 28-4.
Yeah, win by Regan, their only win of the night so far.
Yeah, Bishop McCort has found a way. They've won the close ones. For me so far, that win by Devin Magro was huge. That's the match that stands out the most to me.
Absolutely, and
Eli Herring at 113, a big win. Keegan Bassett at 106. Those two guys really set the tone.
the Magro win, though, he won the Bishop McCort way with hustle and a gas tank.
Reversal here for Bishop McCort, 16-9. I liked how this guy wrestles. I mean, he goes out there, wrestles, throws everything in the kitchen sink at you.
If you can get another takedown, we can keep this to a regular decision.
57 seconds left, 17-9. Get a takedown, finish the match strong. Oh, great level change on a super duck, but now he gets stalled.
Good hips here from Chamberlain, and attacking near and far ankle.
Good attack, and it's going to be 3 more for Jack Chamberlain. Really nice job there, JD, to get to a tie and pull the trigger.
Immediately, and then immediately went to the finish as well. That's where you see a lot of wrestlers get caught up. They'll shoot a tremendous insert whatever attack you in here, but then they stop, right? They weren't thinking 2 steps ahead.
And this will be a major decision for Jack Chamberlain. Jack Chamberlain, the win for Wyoming Seminary at 165 pounds, 28-8. As we turn to 175. Shane Sparks, JD Raider. From Wyoming Seminary, this is FloWrestling Night in America. Bishop McCort leading Wyoming Seminary 28-8. 4 matches to go here in this dual meet. Brian Chamberlain for Wyoming Seminary and Melvin Miller, a sophomore, for Bishop McCort. Melvin Miller ranked #1 in the nation at 160 pounds, 14 in the FloWrestling pound-for-pound rankings. Two-time Fargo champion, recently 5th at the World Championships. He's a PIAA state champion. I like the pace in the first 25 seconds.
Absolutely, and the physicality.
Oh, sweet.
And
Moving
there's
night
the
right there with
sweetness.
that ankle pick, exactly. That was sweet.
Miller's put all the 3 things you want here together in the first 38 seconds. The pace, the quickness, the physicality, and the slickness.
Absolutely. Miller was 3rd at the Super 32. Lost to Ladarian Locketts in the Ironman final. Powerade champ. Tournament was on the line. He beat then top-ranked Alessio Parenton to win the individual title and give Bishop McCort the team title at the Powerade. Miller leading it 3-1, 50 seconds first period. Talk about a guy that continuously moves his hands and feet, Melvin Miller.
Absolutely, and it's already paid off here twice in this first period, and it's not going to slow down.
There's that ankle pick once again.
Relentless.
3rd takedown. Just in pursuit of lighting up the scoreboard, 9-2. Three takedowns for Melvin Miller, and the sophomore 9-2 lead of the second period. Miller with the choice, defers, and Brian Chamberlain opts to go on bottom. Gives the escape, 9-3.
Miller does a great job of jumping to angles.
Gets behind for 3 more.
So a lot of wrestlers they'll snap, but then they don't run to the angle quick enough. It's not the case with Miller. They're trying to just hop over it. Just ran out of space.
Injury time for Brian Chamberlain.
Blood time. Coming from his nose.
Okay. 12-4, 1:19 second period. FloWrestling Night in America continues next week. Bishop McDevitt versus Montoursville. And then we'll have a women's match with Life and Presbyterian. That is next week, right here on FloWrestling. What's impressed you most in this dual meet?
The way Bishop McCort wrestles. Obviously, they're lighting up the team scoreboard. Even in matches they didn't light up the scoreboard individually, they got gritty late. And in matches they were supposed to win, they've poured it on, they've hustled through every position. It's a team that makes it very fun to watch.
Solid lineup up and down. 3 guys ranked #1 in the country.
They have fun. Look at Melvin out there right now, just relaxing.
The word that I think about when I watch him wrestle, this is the first time I've ever seen him in person, just fluid.
Yes.
Fluid.
Chamberlain with some life off the restart, though.
And nice job there by Chamberlain to get the takedown. It's not easy to do. You got a guy wrestling the top guy in the country. He bumps up. Got to take that as somewhat of a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, maybe.
And now Miller was thinking inside cradle. But match isn't going your way, but again, you find a way to get a takedown. You compete for the next position, wrestle for the next points. Hard crossface out of bounds.
Miller might have put a little extra on that crossface for taking him down.
He's just a sophomore. I got to be honest, JD, I did not look like that when I was a sophomore in high school. More blood, I believe. Catch up on all the latest news and rumblings in the wrestling world with the Flow Wrestling Radio Live podcast every Monday and Thursday, 10 a.m. Central, right here on Flow Wrestling. What do you anticipate the hot topics to be tomorrow?
I think probably partially this match. This is one of the best high school duels of the entire year, and I'm sure there'll be discussion of this upcoming college weekend. I know you've got a full plate ahead of you the next couple days.
Yeah, big weekend. Big weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on Big Ten Network. So, yeah, that time of year. What has been the biggest disagreement on Flow Wrestling Live in the last 3 months? Put you on the spot a little bit.
Probably something freestyle versus folk style related.
Well, that's an easy one.
You and me might disagree on this one. Because, you know, it takes a topic like that to really get the boys fired up.
That is one of those topics everybody likes to engage in, right? It's like that pushes everybody's buttons. 19-8. Scoreboard gets to take a deep breath as these two have combined to put up 27, and we still have a half-minute remaining here in the second period. I won't dive into it. I'll simply say this. When people say that freestyle rules are so much more easier to follow than folk style, that's where I'm lost. And the reason being is because freestyle wrestling, JD, you got 3, talking about like the World Championships and the Olympics, you have 3 of the best officials in the world, and they can't figure it out. The challenges, the stoppages. The flow of freestyle wrestling makes it difficult at times. But things in both styles that we appreciate, no question. More slickness here from Melvin Miller, but credit Chamberlain to stay square. Chamberlain shoots a high crotch and looking to chase down that far ankle. Miller able to fight the hands and stave off the takedown.
I think more blood. They're trying to just decide who to start blood time for.
I try not to give too many crazy takes, but I'm going to give you one. We talked about injury time in high school. If you get injured, opponent gets choice. Blood time, I'll give you one. You get one crack at fixing.
You think the second one should be a choice?
I do. I just, because here's why, JD. I will promise you this. If you gave somebody one opportunity, they're not just going to put the little cotton swab up there knowing full well it's going to pop out in 8 seconds. I just don't like how these matches are disrupted by blood time and injury time.
Sometimes
you get one choice or one crack at it, and then it's the other guy's choice. I know that might come across as a bit extreme, I get it. But I just think there's got to be consequences for when matches stop.
You know, I'm
giving you a crack. I'm trying to be
it.
reasonable.
I don't hate
And
it.
if that means
wrapping up
putting
the nose,
gauze up there and wrapping it up, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the rules. I mean, back in my day, JD, long time ago. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. When I got a little bit tired, I had to tie the shoes. I mean, they got rid of that, which is great. That's a stall call now. It's a great rule.
I will tell you what, there are high school wrestlers everywhere across this country shaking their fists at you right now with leaky noses. I'm lucky, you know, my nose, it didn't bleed too often, but some people, you just flick them in the nose and it's a faucet.
I mean, but I got to be honest. I mean, would that have changed the outcome of Loudon, Swain, and Bryan shoot? Probably. Can you believe Vision Quest is going to be 40 years old in a couple months? We're back at it here in the final seconds of the second period. Miller leading it by 10, 19-9 to the third.
Only you, Shane, would find a way to work a Vision Quest reference into a Melvin Miller match.
One of the great soundtracks of all time, no doubt. So Miller will go on bottom. Quickly to his feet, looking for a switch, gets the hip separation. Another tally on the board with the escape. Just a lot of fakes. Relentless. Trying to drag Chamberlain back in, give himself to work with. Nice defense there by Chamberlain. 28-8. Bishop McCort with the lead. Here inside Carpenter Athletic Center on the campus of Wyoming Seminary, Kingston, Pennsylvania.
Miller pointing up the scoreboard because the in-house scoreboard here says he has 0 points, but that's because where they keep track of the match points, I don't think the 2 is available.
So he's up 20-9. Breaking the scoreboard, JD. Breaking the scoreboard. Scoreboards can only take so much. Exhaust him, break him.
Miller is slowing down a little bit now.
There's that underhook. Collar tie left side. Shot from Chamberlain.
You know what? I've liked the effort I've seen out of Chamberlain.
He's competed,
in
no
this
doubt.
match. Yeah, he stayed in there, stayed in the fight.
And I think if you're a coach, that's the standard here. I mean, you got to compete. You might not always win, but you got to compete. That's a non-negotiable.
He's been outmatched, but he hasn't necessarily taken a back seat.
35 seconds. Melvin Miller bumping up tonight.
And running right
Crash into
into
the
our
table.
table.
Late shot there from Chamberlain. Looking to finish late in this match. Good balance there from Miller. And Melvin Miller with the 29 major decision. (32-8) if my scorecard is correct. 190 pounds. CJ Pensiero for Bishop McCort, and Nolan McCarthy for Wyoming Seminary. McCarthy, a freshman from Glendale, Arizona, comes in with a record a shade over 500. Pensiero's a sophomore, was a middle school state champ, ranked 7th in Pennsylvania, and was a Laurel Highlands runner-up this past Saturday. He strikes first, so he is bumped up to 190. Looking for a roll-through tilt.
I think just 2 ones. There, you got the 2.
Soon near fall from that tilt, 5-0. Midway into this first period, slides a leg in, goes crossbody ride. Now looking for a guillotine. He's got to be careful here. Wants to stay patient. As he rocks it back, he's going to score some more near fall. This time it's going to be 4 near fall, 9-0. Back to that tilt.
Yeah, this time he was able to get it a little more clean because McCarthy was up off the mat. Last time he had to hit it when McCarthy was completely flattened out. Only got a 2 count last time.
15 seconds left. And CJ Pensiero is going to get the first period tech fall for Bishop McCort, 17-0. And with those 5 points, it is now 37-8. Bishop McCort has won 10 matches. Wyoming Seminary has won 2. And now they have Jude Correa, the #1 ranked 215-pounder in the country. Took him about 5 seconds to get on the board with the 3.
Now a cradle, if he can get that knee in the side, boom, just like that. He's a pinner, and he shows it here.
19-second pin for Jude Correa. Top ranked in the nation at 215. Correa 12th in FloWrestling's pound for pound. He'll wrestle at Cornell, and he gets the pin here tonight. We head to heavyweights. 37-14. Bishop McCort with the lead. It's FloWrestling Night in America here on FloWrestling. Final match in this duel meet comes at heavyweight with Caleb Rodriguez for Bishop McCort and Anderson Pallion for Wyoming Seminary. Caleb Rodriguez, a junior, as is Pallion. Rodriguez, an NHSCA national champion, was third at the Laurel Highlands. He is ranked third in the FloWrestling Pennsylvania 2A rankings. Works a 2-on-1 early in this first period. Big win tonight, JD, for Bishop McCort and their program.
Absolutely. I knew it meant a lot to them coming in, and they took care of business from start to finish here tonight.
Rodriguez rips a 2-on-1 once again.
Bishop McCort has a sign in the restroom room. I saw it yesterday. It says, the goal is simple, be the best program in the nation. And this got them one step closer. They're going to take on Faith Christian at the PIAA State Championships.
And in the duels as well, most likely.
And that will determine the #1 team in the country.
Rodriguez and Pallian, no score, 40 seconds left, first period. Double unders for the Crusher. I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Been a lot of fun. FloWrestling Night in America. Zero first period. Pallian has the choice, defers. Rodriguez takes downstairs. Rodriguez grabs a leg. And now he's going to scoop up the ankle. What can Rodriguez do here?
And he stepped over. You got to get that leg free, then swim out, get that right arm up. Get your space and get free.
Rodriguez to his feet.
That was a nice job dropping down.
Pallian now goes to basically a single leg finish and remains on top as loses his headgear. Even the headgear, JD, I'll give you one. You get one. I think I am proving I'm reasonable. You get one?
You're a reasonable man, Shane.
Absolutely. So they are adjusting the headgear of Andrew Pallian.
Those PIAA State Championships I was talking about, you can watch those live on FloWrestling, by the way.
That's a great
Later in
event.
March.
I've never been to the Pennsylvania State Tournament. Have you?
I have several times. This year, for the first time, though, or not for the first time, but for the first time in a while, it will not be in the Giants Center.
In Hershey? Really?
They moved it to a high school. I'm blanking on it exactly what town. I know it's close to Hershey.
So Bishop McCort comes to Kingston, Pennsylvania, and they will drive back to Johnstown. Johnstown with a W. That'll be a fun trip back.
Yeah, no kidding.
One minute here in the second period. Quick switch off the whistle. Pallian able to follow hips. Good front trip return. Now he's had that ankle.
Rodriguez doing a phenomenal job on bottom here. Palian just doing a slightly better job
good
on
job
top.
by both guys.
Yes.
Palian wants a new headgear. Back at it next Wednesday, FloWrestling Night in America, doubleheader with Bishop McDevitt and Montoursville, and then some women's freestyle action with Life and Presbyterian. 2 weeks from tonight, it is Lander versus Life, men's college action. And then on January 30th, Mounds View versus Simley. Palian got a 1 count, and then Rodriguez pops to his feet and scores the first point of the match with the escape. He leads it 1-0 inside of 25 seconds here in this second period.
Yeah, that time Rodriguez was able to get that ankle free. Previously, Palian had been kind of grapevining, keeping Rodriguez close to him.
Rodriguez trying to take territory, moving Palian around the mat with those underhooks. Blue Knight will now go on bottom. Rodriguez called for stalling, looking for the return, and locked hands on Rodriguez.
They were turned away, so I didn't see how long he had.
I was watching
locked.
both officials, and they were both on that one instantly.
Yep, I knew from that position, it's tough to trip like that and not lock your hands.
So injury time for the Blue Knights.
I will say this for Rodriguez. He didn't give up worst case scenario. Worst case scenario was to stall, the locked hands, and the escape. At least he got the return.
And they should almost, if you hit all 3 of those, give you another one, just hit the trifecta. The trifecta, and we'll call it the trifecta bonus point. So now 1-1. But Palian, he'll be on bottom with
this
1:40
point,
left in the third.
I'm probably cutting and working for a takedown.
I would agree, because
No, I'm not super familiar
I'm
with
with you.
Rodriguez's work. If he thinks he can really turn.
unless he's an absolute monster on top, unless you know you're going to keep him down or turn him. In a good position here, JD. He's got a wrist and an arm bar.
Yeah. Palian doing a good job of rolling that wrist out. Man, Rodriguez could get this reinforced bar at heavyweight. That would be impressive stuff. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's going to stick with that far wrist. Palian did a great job of popping up to his base once the weight came off.
Rodriguez looking for another return.
Tell you what, he's working hard on this ride.
1-1 with 1:02 left here in regulation. Roll there from Palian.
He's got to be careful. Generally not advised to be passing legs on bottom. So he's going to switch off to the switch.
He should score here, and there is the reversal. 3-1 lead. Anderson Palian 15 seconds away from the win. And the Wyoming Seminary heavyweights gets the W for the Blue Knights. The 4th win for Wyoming Seminary. It was all Bishop McCort tonight. The final score, the Bishop McCort Crushers 37 and Wyoming Seminary Blue Knights 17. Final thoughts from you, JD.
Man, Bishop McCort came out here with a purpose, and they took care of business from start to finish. I love their hustle. I love their effort. I love their grit.
Keegan Bassett really set the tone along with Eli Herring. Big wins at 106 and 113. Devin Magro, that was the match that really stood out to me. Gets a takedown in the 3rd. I believe it was to tied at 13, gets the ride out, and then he beats Vince Bouzakis in the tiebreakers, getting an escape in the 2nd of the 2 30-second periods, and that was a big win. And Wyoming Seminary with Jude Coria ranked number 1 at 215, and Anderson Palian at heavyweight, couple of wins for the Blue Knights. But it was a little bit too late. Again, the final score, 37-17. Bishop McCort, the number 2 team in the country, defeats 4th-ranked Wyoming Seminary. Again, we are back next week with a double header here on FloWrestling Night in America next Wednesday. Bishop McDevitt versus Montoursville, and then some women's freestyle with Life and Presbyterian. Want to thank you all for watching us tonight. Big thanks to our production crew. Alongside JD Rader, I'm Shane Sparks saying good night from Kingston, Pennsylvania. This has been FloWrestling Night in America.